Hey guys, it's Sam, and in celebration of it being kind of close to Valentine's Day and also the fact that I use any excuse to talk about my ships, today I'm going to be doing the OTP book tag. This tag was created by Kirsten Reeds. I will link her channel down below. I was tagged by somebody, but I don't know who it was because I misplaced the piece of paper that I wrote it on. So if you were the one that tagged me, please let me know down below and I will go ahead and add you to the description. I'm sorry, I misplaced it. It's somewhere. I'll find it probably in 3 months. Question number 1 is an unpopular OTP that you ship. If you follow me on Tumblr, this will come as no surprise, but that is Hermione, which is Draco and Hermione from Harry Potter. This is not by any means an unpopular ship. It's obviously also a very popular one. I don't think any of the ships could actually be deemed unpopular in the Harry Potter fandom because the Harry Potter fandom is so huge, but I know this one does get a lot of hate from people that don't ship it, obviously. It's not one of those that just kind of sits quietly. It's one that if people don't like it, they really don't like it and they will let you know. But I have shipped it since The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I will never not ship it. It is one of my original OTPs before I even knew what an OTP was, before I even knew what shipping was. I just loved them as a potential couple. I thought maybe for sure we'd get a little bit more than we got in canon, but we have fan fiction for that, so it's fine. Question number 2 is an OTP that you didn't ship at first, but you do now. And that is Mira and Mather from the Snow Like Ashes trilogy. I actually didn't ship them in book 1, but I did in book 2, and I never ever switch ships at all. So actually I knew this was the only one that I could answer for this, because usually with anything TV, movies, video games, books, I know the couple that I'm liking the most automatically. But this one, I switched. And it never happens, and it happened. Question number 3 is your most hated NOTP. This would have to be Abby and Travis from Beautiful Disaster. I always mention Beautiful Disaster for my most hated anything, so I'm not going to bore you with the details. Also, I'm not including TV in this really, but I have to throw it in there because my other most hated NOTP is Stefan and Elena from the Vampire Diaries. I know that they are very well loved, along with Damon and Elena from the Vampire Diaries. It's a ship war, I know, but they are one of my most hated couples ever. I don't like them as a couple. I really don't. I really don't. So I had to mention them here because my feelings are still very strong about it. Question number 4 is an OTP that took too long to get together. This doesn't actually exist for me. As long as they eventually get together, I'm fine with however long it takes. I prefer a slow burn romance. I prefer multiple books of people not getting together, almost getting together, all this tension. I like that. So a couple of my favorites that are very symbolic of that is Warnett, or Warner and Juliet from the Shatter Me trilogy, as well as the current ongoingness of Magnus and Cleo, or Magneo if we're using OTP names from the Fallen Kingdom series. It's probably going to take all of the books until we get a fully canon thing going on, but I am totally fine with it. Number 5, your favorite non-canon OTP. The Darkling and Elena from the Grisha trilogy is my favorite of the non-canon OTPs. I really didn't want them together in canon anyway. Like, I would have been fine with it, obviously, but I really don't ship them as they are in the series, really. Just, I mean, like a little bit. But I ship them in a alternate universe, or Elena going bad, or whatever kind of way. I ship them in a different way. My love for them is deeper than canon, okay? I just love them so much. Of my non-canon OTPs, they're my favorite because I legitly forget that they're not canon. Besides Hermione, because we already talked about them. Those two are pretty much equal as far as my favorite non-canon OTPs because I honestly forget that they're not canon sometimes. Number 6, favorite BROTP. BROTP is your favorite friendship, and that has to be Safi and Iseult from Truthwitch. I love them so much. The friendships in here in general are amazing, but they are the couple that instantly came to my head for favorite friendship because they are the deepest friendship that I have read about in recent years. I can't even. I'll link my review. I can't even. Number 7, an OTP that you adored in the books but that you didn't like as much in their adaptation, whether that be a movie or a TV show. That is actually Katniss and Peeta from the Hunger Games. I loved them so much in the books, and I still love them in the movies. I just don't love them as much. I think it's because still Josh Hutcherson isn't my Peeta. I still think that while he did a good job as far as portraying Peeta's thoughts and his actions and stuff like that, he didn't look like how Peeta was supposed to look. I mean, obviously a lot of the casting didn't look exactly how people were supposed to look anyway. That's a whole other story. But I just feel like I didn't like how they look together, and that seems like a very shallow thing to say now that I'm saying it, but he just didn't feel like Peeta to me, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. I didn't like Gale and Katniss any better, honestly, in the adaptation. I still love Katniss and Peeta, but they didn't make me swoon the way that they really did in the books. Number 8, a popular OTP that no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get into it. That is basically all of the Throne of Glass ships that involve Selena that isn't Chaol and Selena. I love them forever. Khelena is my favorite OTP for this series. But every other ship that people ship her with, besides like Manon, which I'm like kind of low-key shipping, I can't. Rowan, I know everybody loves. I don't like it. It makes me a little bit nauseated. Dorian, before Rowan even appeared, people were really into too. I can't. I haven't even read the novella bind-up for Sam, so I have no opinion on that one, but all the other, I just can't. Okay? My heart decided instantly who it was going to pick for her, and then there's all the other things with the series that I'm not even going to get into because it's not the kind of video, but I could only picture her with Chaol. 9, favorite LGBTQ plus OTP. Alright, I know I wasn't going to mention TV or movies really, I said, but I have to mention my favorite LGBTQ plus ship right now is Storm Pilot from Star Wars. So, Finn and Poe from Star Wars The Force Awakens. I know they're not even like really canon, but in my head they are. And the fan art and everything, and the lip bite, okay? The lip bite, guys, like, I can't even talk about it because I get a little bit too flustered about it, but I love them so much, and they're like my reigning OTP in the LGBTQ plus world, but there's obviously other ones that I can talk about. One of my favorite book LGBTQ plus relationships is Brianna and Vanessa from Under the Lights by Dahlia Adler. Dahlia Adler writes amazing LGBTQ plus couples, actually amazing couples in general. Any couple she puts together, I'm like, I love you, you're my favorite. And they were so well done, and they were kind of like a slow burn thing going on and a back and forth, and their relationship had a lot of things talking about consent, and it was just beautiful and supportive and wonderful, and I just love them so much. So this is one of the couples that all my other couples of any kind of orientation aspire to be, because they're like my healthy couple, honestly, because I ship a lot of unhealthy things, but they're my healthy couple. And I love them. And number 10 says to list your all-time favorite OTPs. And if we did that, we'd be here for a long time. I'm going to list ones that I just have to list because they are such big OTPs. So the ones that I already listed in here obviously are giant OTPs as well. If they're in this video, I love them. Here's a few more that I can't talk about in detail, but I have before. If you've watched my videos, you probably know who I'm going to say in all of these spots. Kestrel and Aaron from the Winter's Curse trilogy, because the next one is about to come out, and the final one, and my heart cannot handle it. Elisa and Hector from the Girl, Fire, and Thorns trilogy for one of the best lines ever said between couples that I'm not even going to say right now. Just read the second book in this trilogy and you will hear it, and it is wonderful. Celia and Margot from the Night Circus, because I still think about them and I still double over in feels. I just can't. Because I am Star Wars trash, I have to mention Han and Leia, the original OTP, the OTP to end all OTPs, the OTP that I first even started shipping back when I was probably like 5 years old. They're my forever OTP to rule all of them. All of them. Agnieszka and the Dragon from Uprooted, because the little snippets that we got of them were wonderful, and I could have a whole book about them just snipping at one another. I love them. I love them so much. Kaz and Inej from Six of Crows. They are my precious, emotionally stunted, trash children. I love them so much. Lizzie and Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, because the amount of times that I have watched the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice with the hand flexing and the looks at each other and just everything about that, and the amount of times I've also read this book and the different interpretations of them, anything that feels Lizzie Darcy to me makes me weak. Doesn't matter what kind of interpretation of them. I love them. I love them. They are the classical archetype that all of my couples are kind of based on, that like hate to love thing, make each other better. I need to put this book down right now. Alright guys, those are just some of my OTPs. Comment down below, let me know some of the answers to these questions for yourself. And if you love gushing about ships, go ahead and follow me on Tumblr. My link is down below, because that's all I talk about basically, is ships on Tumblr. That's like my whole thing. Feminist rants and shipping and Star Wars. It's my life. It's my whole life. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!